Hi everyone, you reached Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva. If this is your first time, welcome. If not, welcome back. For all of you out there, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. Hit the like button, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. And share my video with your friends and family so that they can come to my channel and get to know me also. I'm here today with a quick video, my take, my recap, Love and Marriage Huntsville, the reunion part 2. So if you're watching, you know that this year, Carlos King himself, the creator, the man behind the madness, has taken over the reunions and he is hosting it. I truly feel that Carlos is going to become the Andy Cohen of OWN, with his own host of, reality shows on the OWN network. So he's doing an amazing job with Love and Marriage Huntsville. He is formerly the producer of ROA, the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but he has since moved on to do his own thing. I will say this, ever since he left ROA, it has tanked, it has gone downhill, but hey, he's on to his own thing now, doing Love and Marriage Huntsville. So let's talk about reunion part 2. He is pissing me off a little bit, Carlos, by interrogating Melody over whether or not she had was with someone else, while she was still married. And then what really pissed me off, though, is he said to Martell that pretty much this other woman, because, we already found out from reunion part 1 that he was sneaking out or going out during a pandemic when no one was leaving their home but to get food, toilet tissue, and paper towel. He was slipping and dipping over to this other chick's house, claiming he was going to the gym, but yet nothing was open. No one's gym was open, but I guess Martell's gym was. So Carlos did ask, well, if you wasn't going over there, how did this woman get pregnant? He didn't want to say. He didn't want to say how old his son was. He was just being messy. But whatever, Martell, we already know that you were cheating and what you were doing. But what I didn't like what Carlos King said was that apparently he said that this woman was not just a side chick to you. She was the whole restaurant. She was the appetizer, the meal, the dessert, and the after drink or the cappuccino, whatever. And I'm sitting there like, yo, Carlos, whoa, this, his ex-wife Melody is sitting right there. And for you to say that, I thought it was just super messy. But Melody had the perfect comeback. She said, well, if this woman was the whole restaurant and I was not enough, then why is he married? Why isn't he married to her right now? Exactly, Melody. You want to know why? Because he was having his cake and eat it in too. He loved the fact that he was able to stay with his wife and come back whenever he wanted and then go slip and dip with this other chick when he felt like it, okay? And what happened with Martell is, with so many men that cheat, is there's pieces of the one woman he liked and there's pieces of the other woman that he likes. And I'm going to tell you what he loved with Melody, and he currently is missing like crazy. He loved the stability. He loved the financial part of how they was working their finances together. And he loved their family. And yes, he loved Melody. Because if he didn't, Melody would have never had gotten pregnant with her 4th child, okay? And then he was loving, just getting him a little side dish over there with the side chick. And listen, in my opinion, if someone can sit on national TV and call me a peasant, there is no way on this earth that they could have said anything out of their mouth that I would have forgiven and I would have opened my legs to him again. There's just no way. But whatever, that's me. So let's get back to Martell and him just, liking both women. So like Melody said, and I'm in total agreement, if she was everything, then as soon as you divorced Melody, you would have married her. But you didn't, and you're not going to, so let's move on. That was their story and their particular situation. Destiny has entered the building. So Destiny came in, and I do like the questions that Carlos asked her. And I also like the fact that he said, Destiny was destined to be on the show. I do like her as an addition to the show. I felt bad last night when I watched it, and he said, what did he ask her? He asked about, her husband, and she said he filed for divorce 3 weeks after she had their newborn. Usually when you see the little baby's face, like, you get all soft and pink, and I'm talking mom and dad, but apparently he must have been knew he was out, because 3 weeks after she gave birth, he filed for divorce. She said, they're trying to do the co-parent thing, and he seemed to be very emotional about the fact that she never took his last name. Listen, people have different ideas about, the last name, and I'm not here to fight for take it or not take it. But I will say this, you should have, and she claimed they did, talked about this, in premarital counseling, about this whole last name situation. Now, I will say Destiny seems to have a really good reason as to why she's keeping her last name. I believe she said maybe the mother or the brother, or there were family members that were close to her that were killed. And I want to say she said her brother. I almost want to say she said her brother and her mother, but listen, don't beat me up. If you remember, put it in the comments so I can be reminded, or I'll go watch it again later. But that's the reason why she feels tied to her last name, because I guess it's the only thing she has left to keep her close and to have a memory of her family. I don't know if she hyphened her name. I wondered if she would have hyphened her name. Would he have been okay with that? But if the name was going to be a deal breaker, he should have never married her. But hopefully Destiny will open up a little more next season about her life and her relationships. She did say that, she's trying to do the co-parent thing with him very well. She was sad that they never even really got to become a family. I'm wishing her the best. She's absolutely beautiful. But I also think now it's two of them that's single, so I won't even say that, because I was going to say it's a little odd when you have, the whole group is married and then you have one single one in the group. I think that's how, it was a little odd for Married to Medicine when Quad got divorced, but we'll see how this works out. Destiny seems to blend in there pretty well. I'm here for it right now. We'll see how it goes. And then we had the Whitlows into the building. I'm kind of glad in some sense that, it wasn't just me being crazy. It seems as if the whole world, well, let me not say the whole world. It seems as if many people were on the same page as myself when it came to the Whitlows. I felt like, they love to use the word, well, let me not say they. Tiffany loves to use the word transparent and transparency. And it comes to find out that she's anything but. Okay, so they enter the building. All the couples are pretty much, the two couples really not feeling the Whitlows. Okay, what's the name? Marceau and Letitia were not feeling them a little bit. Well, really, Marceau was saying that how you going to tell somebody about marriage, and I really do feel this way too, when you only been married for 11 months, and not only that, previous to that you was divorced. So how are you an expert? And then what is her name, Kimmy and Maurice were pretty much upset because in their confessionals, what is his name, Lewis, was kind of throwing little dirt, little smoke about, if he said, I'm glad that I didn't have anything in me the day that they talked about Monster in the vaping. He said because it would have went down a little differently. Well, what do you mean it would have went down a little differently? I felt the same way when I saw that confessional and they had said that. I'm like, what are you talking about? Y'all talked about their son, okay? You talked about their son. You should never talk about kids. So even if you did have alcohol in you, what do you mean it would have went down differently? I will say this, that Lewis, he did say, listen, I apologize, and I really meant that apology. They was just throwing dirt, I guess just to be throwing dirt so they can make for better TV. But the big thing that came out that Tiffany denied is allegedly her old job or her previous job, she was fired from it. Tiffany said no. Kimmy said she had a strong source that still works there that says yes, she was fired. But more with the Whitlows when Reunion Part 3 comes up. But this is what I have to say about them, and I believe I said it in previous videos. I think if they would have came on really being transparent and not just using the word, transparent for no apparent reason, if they was really transparent and they would have just been their authentic selves, I think they would have came across differently and better to us, as a couple. I think they were trying too hard. They made a mess out of it. They made a mockery of themselves because both the Scotts, both sets of couples for the Scotts were saying that, they were contradicting. They just wasn't making sense, and they're not feeling them. So I don't know. And Carlos said that so many people have been calling for them to be fired. Now this part didn't make me happy. I did feel a little bad for Tiffany. Tiffany said that she is surprised from after reading all the comments about them and what the world was saying about them, that she just didn't do something to herself. That I don't like. But here's the thing, and I really felt bad when she said that, because I was like, you know what, the best thing to do, Carlos gave Letitia advice, said don't read the comments, and she came off of Twitter for that very reason. I think the same thing, Tiffany probably should have took that same advice. You can't read the comments, because I think even if you are the nicest person on reality TV, there's going to be someone out there that just goes in on you for like maybe no reason. But in her particular case, unfortunately, you gave a lot of material for people to come after you. And I think they should have another season, maybe to redeem themselves. But if Tiffany is going to come back being her same self and throwing the word transparency around when she's anything but transparent, her and her husband, then I think they could just stay home next season and let's give another couple an opportunity. And the couple I would like to see, even though they didn't show her husband, even though they was all up in her house this season, I want to say her name is Stormy or Storm, and she was pregnant, and that's where Melody had her record or her video release party. I would love to see that couple. They seem like they may be interested in it, especially because she just had a baby. Tiffany and Lewis, I think if they would have truly been authentic, it would have been different. If they would have truly been transparent, their appearance would have been different. But here's the thing too. They said first impressions are everything. You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. So I don't know if they will ever be able to recover if they do get an opportunity to come back next season. But again, you never know. It's reality TV. And as a fan, listen, I flip and I flop. 1 minute I like this couple or this personality, and the next minute I like another personality. So you never know. They may be able to come back and recover. But both the Scotts were saying that they're BS artists for the most part. I think that I did everything I wanted to do in terms of that recap. The moms are coming out next week, and that's going to be something, because Miss Wanda is Miss Wanda. But we shall see. So thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video. Don't forget to hit the like button. And again, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. Thanks for watching.